What's up guys, GeneralGerbil here, and we've had World War II now for just over 2 weeks, and honestly it's becoming one of my favourite zombies experiences, and not just because of what they've done with the atmosphere and setting of the map, but just because of some of the things that they've done with the actual game itself that we're going to run through. But I know that the community is in two minds about it, because some people are saying that they're getting burnt out from it really quick. Some people are saying that, you know, there's not enough in the map, so we're going to discuss what can go on and what they could add or change in this video, and just talk about the general map and that in general, just for the people who are going to get it at Christmas, and just give some helpful tips and stuff, just all about World War II zombies. The second thing they added was actually a casual Easter egg quest. Now I know a lot of people, you're going to see it all over YouTube and all over this subreddit where a lot of people have already done it. It's not exactly hard to do, you actually get the objectives pop up on screen, which is actually one of the things that I really like about it. So if you've been playing zombies for years like I have, you always know that with every new map there's always a hidden Easter egg, and these hidden Easter eggs are never overtly talked about by the developers. We never get any hints or anything from them. It's all very community based. We all have to band together, look around the map, find all our hidden clues, all our hidden steps to them, and then we all have to kind of compile this guide and put it up on YouTube and say, like, this is how you do the Easter egg in Shangri-La, or this is how you do the Easter egg in Moon. But in the Final Right, they've actually done it in a way that it's kind of like a campaign mission where you get certain objectives that you have to fill, but they're not exactly objectives where it says like stand here, click this button, do this. They're still enigmatic in a kind of way, but they're in a way that you can kind of figure it out. So one of them is like examine the right hand of God, and then you have to put the power generators on to look at the right hand of God and then activate the voice God and stuff like that. And this casual Easter egg gives casual players a chance to experience what some of the long term of us go through, some of us who've been with zombies for years and know how to do all these different Easter egg things. So it gives not only players who are new to the game a chance to come into that side of the community, but it also gives long-term players a chance to understand what it's like for the developers to make it and how the developers craft it, because that is essentially what it is. This is like a step-by-step list of how the developers have put together this Easter egg and how they want us to do. But not only that, there is also a hidden Easter egg for the long-term fans where it's in the casual Easter egg, but there are also hidden objectives that don't pop up that you have to go around and look for, like the keepsakes that you have to shoot off the buildings and things like that. So it's a nice mix of hidden Easter egg and the casual Easter egg that kind of conjoins the two communities, the long-term fans and the newer fans, and the people who are just getting into zombies and don't really know what they're doing. It's a chance for us to say, well, we've been doing this for years, so come with us and we'll show you how to do the casual one, then maybe we can run through to the harder one. The third thing they got really right was the cast. Now I don't know the two ladies, but I do know the two gentlemen. Obviously we've got David Tennant, who plays the Doctor, and we have the guy, I think it was from Daredevil, but either way, they put on a really good performance, and their performances in the game are really very believable. You know, when they scream and when they shout, it actually seems like they're really scared and stuff. And they also have these quite quirky voice lines that they do for some things, like when they get certain things out of the box and that. They quite make you laugh, and it's kind of a step on par with Richtofen and that, like the original crew, where they have personality. You can see that there's something within them. You can see that these characters have a backstory, and even in the cutscene before the game starts, you know, in the prologue they have witty banter with each other, and even like Jocelyn's like, I didn't sign up for this. Like they have a genuine story behind them and a genuine personality that has never really been seen since the original 4, since we got to know those. Because the Infinite Warfare crew, I just felt they were a bit plastic, they were a bit 2D, and obviously I never even played Advanced Warfare X or Zombies, so I don't even know about those. But Transit crew, they had personality, but there were nothing on the original 4. So these 4, I think, are the actual people that I think have a notch on the original 4, and they actually have a chance of being up there with them, because they're quite funny and they're quite cool to play as, so they're really good. The next thing we've got are actually hidden objectives, where some people in the community are actually saying they're too hard, like we can't do them, this is ridiculous, people are asking for nerfs from them, but I think they're quite cool. So when you play the Final Reich, and even in like prologue, you get these certain objectives that don't overtly pop up, no one knows, there's not a menu that you can go and check which ones you've done, like Dark Ops, but there's like hidden objectives where you can unlock hidden characters. So when you select your character when you start the game, you'll notice there's loads of question marks, and to unlock characters you have to do certain things. So there's like survive 25 waves in prologue, survive 25 waves in prologue without going down, without opening the secret room. Then there's also like 20 waves in the starting room of the Final Reich without going down. Survive 30 waves with no power, no perks, no pack-a-punch, no opening doors, I think it is, or not going down, and things like that. And when you do a certain set of these challenges, you will unlock a new character to play as. Now these characters aren't voiced by anyone special, they barely have voice lines themselves, they just have their grunts and their sprinting noises, but either way they look quite cool, and it's another way of showing to the community that you're good at this game, you know, you've achieved this goal. So like in Black Ops 3, obviously you had your prestige levels and you had all your different things that you could do, all your camos and stuff, but on World War II Zombies, you've got these certain characters where each one is a different level of, not elitist, but they're different level of skill level. So you've got, I think it's the Bat Agent is one of the easiest ones to get, where you beat the Easter egg for the first time, the casual one, you unlock the Pack-a-Punch, you do things like that, you survive 25 waves, and you get this character where there's another one where it's like survive in the prologue for 25 waves without going down, without using any weapons other than the MP40. And that gets you, I think it's a survivalist, and that character is like the prestige, because that means like, I've sat in this house for 25 waves, I haven't gone down, and I've got this. And you can go into public maps and just rep those, and I think that's really cool. It's something to make players challenge themselves for, and it brings back the old kind of style of zombies where it's like, I have this goal and I need to complete it, even if I have to pause my PS4 overnight and do things like that. But it's really cool to have those new characters that each have their own hidden objectives for the community to complete. And then finally we have the mods and the specialists and the loadouts. So for the first time in zombies history, you can actually spawn with certain perks, you can spawn with different weapons, or you can even spawn with armor. And these are all to do with your mods that you can use. So there's mods where they're basically like your perk 1, 2 and 3 that used to be in multiplayer that aren't there anymore in this one, but you can have ones where it's like your specialist ability will charge faster, where you can carry 5 perks instead of 4, 3 weapons instead of 2. Every time you use one of your abilities you get 2 stacks of armor, which is basically jug. But things like this, and they're called mods, and they mod the way that you play and the different things you can do, and they're really cool because it just changes the way, you know, it makes you feel a bit more, not godlike, but like a bit more powerful. So I know when I play I use like fully loaded, which gives you more reserve ammo. You can even get flak jacket on there, which is basically PhD flopper, which is really cool. And I think adding those has another sense of customizability to the game. You know, everyone can play a different way because they have different perks. So I could run around with four perks, 3 guns, where my other friend could run around with 5 perks, 2 guns. You know, it makes everyone play a little differently, and those are added onto the loadouts, and the loadouts are basically loadouts from multiplayer. So you can spawn with either the P08, the M1911, the machine pistol, the carbine, the car, 2 different types of shotguns, but you have to level up to unlock them. And again, that adds a new sense for newer players, because they don't have to start with the pistol every time if they struggle with that. If they don't want to spend their points on a gun, they can always spawn with it. They can spawn with a shotgun or the carbine. They can keep that till the later rounds and even upgrade it. So, and again, they tie in with the challenges where it's like survive with only the starting weapons, but still, the loadouts are really cool, and I think that's such a good idea to customize zombies, because we've never had that before, and it's something that could help a lot of people out. And then finally we have the specialist abilities, where there's camouflage, free fire, shell shock, and I can't remember the other one, but they just do different things. So free fire is unlimited ammo, and you can get mods to change those, so every time you activate it your gun becomes upgraded and things like that. Camouflage you from the zombies. Shell shock is like an AoE that blows everything away from you, and frontline is the other one, and it attracts zombies towards you, but when you shoot them you do double damage. And those things are they're just good to modify the game. They change the way you play. So you could train up a whole train and then activate free fire and spray into them and not lose any ammo, which is good. And it's definitely easier for newer players to get into Call of Duty Zombies now. So I do like what Sledgehammer have done with the mode. Before there were 2 separate sides, there was the multiplayer side and the zombie side of the community, but now, because there's elements of both in each of the different modes, it's easy for people to switch between the 2 and just generally enjoy the 2. So if you are getting the game for Christmas or any time near the end of the year for your birthday or some special event, then I'd definitely recommend jumping into some public matches or with friends, going in there, enjoying the map, getting to know it, doing the Easter egg, and just knowing stuff about it, learning the lore behind it, which is quite cool, getting to know the characters, and just enjoy it, because I do recommend it. And Sledgehammer have done really well with this mode, not to copy Treyarch and not to do anything that's been done before, but they've really improved it, I think, and innovated it. So I do recommend it, and I do want you to go out and enjoy the map. So if you did like this video, feel free to drop a thumbs up. If you haven't considered already, please think about subscribing to my channel. I do lots of Call of Duty Zombies videos. I also do League of Legends videos and the occasional podcast. If there's anything you want to see on my channel when it comes to the new zombies or the new strategies, or I can even do like an ultimate guide to the final Reich, I can whip that up for you, running through the Easter egg, the map layout, map walk around, things like that, where everything is, how to unlock things, then feel free to drop it in the comment section below. But other than that, I've been GeneralGerbil. Peace out.